Folks, our 2023 season for the Bassmaster Elite Series is into its final hour as we speak right now. Minn Kota Bassmaster Elite at the St. Lawrence River. 10 anglers left in this thing, duking it out for that last available blue trophy of the year. And we have seen so much. St. Lawrence and the Lake Ontario have showed out like never before, like they do every successive time we get here. Let's take a look at what we've seen today. Mark Zona with our Toyota Midday Report.
Kind of bittersweet that we are near the last hour of Bassmaster Live of the 2023 season. But that is your Angler of the Year champion, Kyle Welch, getting a little help from his friend Justin Atkins, some mechanical issues, and actually got a little more help from Justin Atkins, kind of pointing them to that bay right there, Prince Edward Bay out on Lake Ontario. Throughout practice, Kyle Welcher finding those fish on day 2 of practice. Started there, lived there, stayed there, put away the Angler of the Year title. And going to take a look right now at Koya Fujita. Oh, heavens. I thought we were going to Taku Ito. We are absolutely not going to do that on the east side of Amherst Island. Koya Fujita leaving his primary spot outside of the St. Lawrence River in Cape Vincent, starting eerily close to where Bryant Smith caught his record-breaking catch on day number 1. Not a lot of bites for Fujita, but they've been the right ones, Tommy.
They've been good ones. I think he's still got more 4s than 5s. He's going to have to change that in short order here because we're running out of fishing time.
Exactly right, but a stellar season. 5 top 10s for
Needed a win today to beat Joey Cifuentes and Rookie of the Year. Either way, we're going to have 4 rookies in the top 17 of our points race, 3 of them in the top 14 of the AOY race.
Look at the size of that thing right there. I'm talking about a Great Lakes dadgum grouper. Good one right there for Koya Fujita. From there, we're going to get to the mouth of Henderson Bay with Taku Ito, who looks like he has unofficially gone above that century mark. And you know what happens if you catch 100 pounds of smallmouth and don't win, Tommy? It burns.
I guess you're
all
right.
off season long.
Not
it
in a
just
hot
burns.
seat way.
25 to 30 feet of water for young Taku Ito. Said one of the biggest keys throughout his week was downsizing his baits. Small 2-inch finesse baits, marinated and soaked, drenched in his Taku sauce. Good day, good tournament for Taku Ito, making a little bit of a comeback today compared to what he caught yesterday with unofficially, I believe, our biggest stringer of the day.
Yes. Was it? Patrick Walters came in with the lead today. Not a big lead.
Number 3, though.
Yeah, and looking at an angler that I believe, Ronnie, you said this on FS1, if he weighs in these bass that he is putting in the boat right here from earlier today, he will be the only angler in the history of the Bassmaster Elite Series to have a century belt on largemouth and smallmouth bass.
Yes, that'll be that, and it'll solidify another top 5 finish in Angler of the Year, his 4th out of 5 seasons on the Elite Series.
Okay, and the other side of that is, if Patrick Walters is to go on and win this tournament and take down this man right here, Chris Johnston, you have done something, Patrick Walters. Chris Johnston, with what he is saying, just not enough. It's almost like he has a very accurate calculator in his head, needing a 6 to 6.5 pound bite to regain the lead. Call it 15 to 23 feet of water all tournament long. Drop shot, Ned rig.
Caught it on the fall.
Still an unbelievable tournament, unbelievable history here with Chris Johnston, and fair to say his brother Corey Johnston as well.
Fast Track has them both within a just statistical margin of error of each other, a 3-ounce difference listed here. A little bit of fishing time left.
Look who's fishing next to each other, Tommy.
Yes, within the last 30 minutes, Walters saw Fujita and Johnston both show up within his general region.
Oh my God, the hook fell out. The hook just fell out.
If you were watching live mix with the anglers and Steve Bowman, you saw him call out a 311. He has a 314, somewhere in that range. That's his only fish under 4 pounds to cull.
And look who's hooked up right next to Patrick Walters. Ooh, Chris Johnston.
to come fish this point. Due for one to surprise me, though. We'll see. Don't think it's big, though.
Z, do you think Walters and Johnston saw Welcher's mechanical issues and are aware that he has not fished most of the day, or do you think that they are going to be second guessing if they're winning, expecting him to be, catching them as well?
Truly an impossible question for me to answer at this point.
That's why I said, do you think?
I would say
do you think
Walters would have noticed?
Yeah, no, I think both of them, because they both started near each other just west of Amherst
Just never
Island.
seen him
so
show
you
up.
never saw him till.
Yeah.
When they blasted off, did they see him stop after a mile?
That's
Walters
usually a
would've-
red flag as well. Good,
Yeah,
good
exactly.
point.
I did set you up there. It's the last 45 minutes.
It's like a 4-pounder. Heavy, but
Boy, you've heard the possible negative of Goby in the Great Lakes. You cannot say it has hurt this section of the Great Lakes. The only thing I have seen with my eyes is I have noticed smallmouth now starting to spawn in different. Goby really enjoy being around rocks, rock clusters. I
Eating
have
smallmouth
noticed
eggs.
eating
They
smallmouth
will
eggs.
rip up a bass nest.
And obviously that hasn't really affected
that
this
much,
area.
yeah.
But here's what I can tell you I've seen. Massive amounts on the Great Lakes of population of smallmouth bass starting to spawn on straight sand compared to rock to be left alone from that nasty little goby that's bothering him when he's spawning, and where you do not see goby at all on sand.
Wow, there's Corey as well.
There's your leaderboard as it stands right now. Unofficial still. Always remember that. The weigh-in starting at 3 o'clock, not too far away, with Patrick Walters on top. Chris Johnston just within ounces. Taku Ito having a good day, the best day of all of them, I believe, out there today with over 25 pounds, our only angler among the 10. The 25-pound mark, Fujita, kind of running out of time in his quest to win this one, to win 2 in a row, and of course, capture Rookie of the Year one more time here for you from the Bassmaster Studios, sponsored by Marathon. Man, it's been a wonderful season, and what a great way to cap it off. There's, I said before, these guys would all turn around and come back if we called another tournament to start tomorrow.
I would say, they would actually probably do it for free, in all honesty, just to fish against each other one more time. And the one thing you could say about this season, talked about it when we wrapped up our broadcast on FS1, what Kyle Welcher did was unbelievable, sticking to a game plan throughout this entire tournament. And really, we've seen this before on the Bassmaster Elite Series. We talked about it before this event. A lot of times you see an angler try to protect a lead, maybe play it a little bit safe, close to the vest. Kyle Welcher did not do that, especially on the first day of this tournament, and absolutely put this thing away to perfection, sticking with that game plan to live in Lake Ontario.
Yeah, and how much risk was he taking on? Well, look what happened to him this morning.
Yeah,
I mean, that could easily
We
have
said
happened
this,
on day number
if
one.
there's ever a day that you want to have, nobody wants to have a mechanical breakdown, it's after you win the Angler of the Year. He was very laid back the entire time today. Yes.
Oh, and
yes.
okay. Well, I didn't want to jump in
knows?
too early. One big thing yesterday, we had a lot of Angler of the Year and classic cut line fluctuations. To see guys like Hank Cherry, Clark Windlet, Matt Airy, and Jason Christie all kind of gain some points or get around that cut line on day 2, then to see them be able to get into the Classic. We're going to have some big names in our Bassmaster Classic that made it in by the skin of their teeth. Scott Martin still needing to finish 5th today if he wants to make it. Otherwise, Paul Mueller and Cole Sands may be our last two anglers from the elite field in the Classic.
And a hats off also to Matty Wong. Literally came into this tournament, was not going to requalify for the Elite Series next year. Literally on day 2 was not going to qualify. Dug his way out of that. And he, as well as Kyle Welcher, running into the big lake and getting it done. So hats off to Matty
unfortunately, we weren't able to get signal from him today.
Yeah, he was really tucked in on the island up, like you said, by Amherst, and that is a tough area with where he was in our top 10.
Tucked into that island is what saved him on day 1, protected from that southeast wind. So hats off to Matty Wong.
We were all picking Chris Johnston to do very well here. Did you two have Patrick Walters to win on your radar?
I did.
You did, okay.
I did.
More?
Wait, in this event? No, you did not. You picked Johnston, I picked Walters. No, he was my Angler of the Year pick, though, as we take it to the Humminbird Lake Master map. A lot of big ones out in the lake this week, Z.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, we started our broadcast off on day 1 of this tournament, taking a look at all of your 5+ pounders on the Humminbird Lake Master Lay of the Lake right here, and most of them from our takeoff in Clayton towards Lake Ontario. And again, if you're a young angler, high school or college, and you're going to qualify for the Elite Series when there's a tournament here, fish from Cape Vincent into the lake. There's the template. That is your Humminbird Lake Master Unlock the Lake. From Henderson all the way up to Prince Edward Bay.
It's hard. That day 1, the weather was rough. It was hard to pull the trigger on going out there in one of the biggest bodies of fresh water.
Cost some guys classics, cost some guys some other races.
I will give one angler a lot of credit. Scott Canterbury went up to Ogdensburg on day 1 and made it the first 2 days of this tournament, fishing in the river. There wasn't many others that were able to execute on
that. Was the Scott that I was incorrect on. When I thought Scott Martin went to Ogdensburg, it was Scott Canterbury. But he did catch them. We went bun fishing yesterday.
Good one, but I don't think he's a... Nope. 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 I don't think he's hard to tell. Nope. Nope.
Not gonna help.
Did not help at all. Scott Martin trying to get a big one in the boat before he heads back. Continues his journey back up to Clayton, New York. Patrick Walters still on top, just a shade ahead of Chris Johnston. Taku Ito, Koya Fujita, Kyle Welcher. Corey Johnston made a good run today, but still not able to get so much traction up that leaderboard. We're running out of time on this final day of the year, last day of school. We'll be right back.
Introducing Mastiff from Shimano. A supple, abrasion-resistant, 100% fluorocarbon line that offers strength, durability, and smoothness to enhance performance on the water. Nano Armor applies nano-sized ridges across the outer surface of the line to increase knot-binding strength and toughness. Developed with one goal, Mastiff delivers connected confidence on the water.
A lot of our customers are guys that are sitting in a takeoff every Saturday morning and using their AVX as a platform to go win some serious money.
This is not your grandpa's old aluminum boat.
Of course, with the Vexus, I was expecting a good ride. I was not expecting to be as smooth as it was and as quick out of the hole.
It comes out of the hole like butter. It shoots just like a bullet. It takes waves amazing. You can't tell the difference between a fiberglass and an aluminum.
It's a boat that's going to surprise the heck out of you.
Born in Japan, using technology, innovation, and precision, Sunline produces the widest selection of fishing lines at the most technologically advanced line factory in the world. Manufactured at the strictest tolerances to produce victories at the highest levels of tournament bass fishing. From household names like Christie, Swindle, and Cruz, to young guns like Cook, Logan, New, and Welcher, they all trust Sunline to take them to the top of the leaderboard. Choose the line that will give you the strength to guarantee your confidence. Sunline.
What are they doing right now?
Your time on the water is precious. You return season after season to make unforgettable memories, fight a few fish, reconnect with friends, and recenter yourself. If you count on having this time, you need an outboard you can count on to power it. That's why boaters stay with Yamaha for the long run, for life. They know reliability starts here.
B.A.S.S don't give it away. There's no substitute for work ethic, grit, the willingness to adapt. My gear needs to keep up with my pace, whether I'm skipping jigs, flinging a ball of treble hooks around docks, hunting offshore, or punching mats. 13 fishing Meta G rods and the Inception G2 reels cover down on every technique. They're performance tuned and bulletproof to deliver baits on task, on target, without robbing the bank. Make your own luck, G-style.
The best of the best just got better. Clearer images, sharper resolution, improved target separation. That's right, better. LiveScope Plus. Only from Garmin.
For 75 years, Skeeter has been engineering boats like no other, proven with 21 consecutive NMMA Consumer Satisfaction Awards. And the tradition continues with the all-new 2023 ZXR19. All the options you're looking for in a size that fits your needs. 225 Yamaha Show, Helix Drafts, Minn Kota Fortrex 112, ready to fish right off the showroom floor. 75 years of engineering boats like no other. Experience one for yourself at your local dealer. Learn more at skeeterboats.com.
For nearly a decade, Russell Marine Products has been setting the standard for Lowrance electronics education and sales. We are excited to bring you the hottest deal on the Lowrance HDS 12 Live ever. Pair your new 12 Live with the all-new Active Target 2 for the best in forward-facing sonar. Head over to russellmarineproducts.com and catch these deals along with the best education and service in the industry. While you are there, check out how our trade-in and trade-up program makes upgrading your electronics easy.
The Minn Kota Bassmaster Elite at the St. Lawrence River is sponsored by Ranger Boats, Yamaha, Toyota, and by Dakota Lithium.
Oh, the sands in the hourglass are